Ladies and gentlemen, Redis geeks and geekettes, welcome to Redis Day.
I'm Yaron. I've been working for SpotIM in the past 4 years. Today I'm going to talk with you about managing Redis databases. So the title I've chosen for the talk is called MultiRedis, because one database is not enough, or because 100 Redis databases are not enough. Before I will dig in and talk about Redis, a few words about SpotIM. So SpotIM is about a social engagement platform. We have, as you can see this on the right, it's called a conversation. Okay, this is our main product. Basically, it means that we manage real-time conversations on very big sites. We work with top publishers sites like foxnews.com, AL.com, Time Inc. If you see the numbers 54, you can see that more than 50 people are typing at the same time under a conversation, and the conversation has more than 1,000 messages. So this is a typical conversation on articles that host SpotIM. And some numbers, we serve more than 3 billion monthly page views. And I want to stress that it's not page views that are that eats the CDN. It's actually page views that eat the backend of SpotIM. Our stack includes mainly Ruby, and we have parts written in Elixir. Have you heard about Elixir? Someone here is using Elixir too? So basically, it's like you can think about that you have Elixir is destined to be to problems that require very high concurrency. It works on the same virtual machine as Erlang, but it's a more friendly language. So if you have JavaScript, which is like JavaScript, and you have CoffeeScript, so the same way we have Erlang, which doesn't have the best syntax, and we have the CoffeeScript of Erlang, which is called Elixir. Each month, a few hundred million people, unique visitors, are exposed to the SpotIM system. And as you can understand, it requires a very high demands in terms of scalability. Here is another slide showing a few of our partners: Fox News, AOL, NBC, and Russian.com. Okay, so why we use Redis? Okay, why SpotIM is using Redis? So we use Redis mainly because we need performance. We are a social network. We are sitting inside the websites of our partners, and we need to serve very high traffic and be real-time and give response that are accurate to a few, like at most 3 seconds ago. Okay, this is the technology challenger. And we started using Redis, and we like it. And gradually, we started adding new Redis databases. So of course, at first we had 2, then 3, and etc. And we saw a pattern that we see that we started doing manually, and the evolution of it is called MultiRedis. This is why we have this talk today. But before I will explain what SpotIM is doing, I want to ask you how many Redis databases you have got, okay, in your products. Who is using here Redis with 1 database inside their application? Okay. Who has got 2 databases inside their applications? 4? Now, please think for a second, how would you manage 20, maybe 50, maybe more databases of Redis? okay? SpotIM has got, according to now, 133 databases, according to this time. Maybe by the end of the day, we will have a few more. And how SpotIM is managing all these databases. So this is the topic that I want to talk with you about. And because I want to look smart, I have copy-pasted here a very good quotation that I really liked. And this is something that I think each one can take from this talk for his daily work. It means that if you look at the problem, at the out problem in a different way, it's like earning 80 IQ points. And I think that this approach is what we did regarding managing our Redis databases, regarding the orchestration of the Redis databases. So I will try to go over the code. I hope that you were able to see. Basically, the solution to the problem in high level means that in order to manage a lot of databases of Redis, you need to have some centralized place with all the configuration of all the Redis databases. Now, each database has got some symbolic name like Redis user. Okay, this is the top one. It's called Redis user. You need to know the location of the database, whether the environment is production, staging, versioning, and we also use encryption for the endpoints because we want to be secure. So this is one part of the solution. So we have one database which has all the configuration of all the Redis, and actually the implementation of these databases of all the mappings actually is also implemented in Redis. So it's kind of funny that we use Redis in order to manage Redis. And the other half is managing all the so-called modules, okay, classes, all the Redis consumers of your database. So if you look on the screen, you can see that the top one is called Redis user, and we have a Redis class called user, okay? So how do we use our tools in order to define this? So first of all, you need to create a Redis database in our main repository with all the configurations. It means that we need to create a Redis database. We set the environment to staging. The Redis name is called Redis user. Access, it means that the database is used not only for read, but also for write. The location is North Virginia, version 1. And we need to fill in also the URL. DB name, it's more for documentation, like we use Redis Labs ourselves, so it's like documenting the database name under the Redis Lab account. And key name is for encryption of the endpoints. So after creating the database, we want to attach a Redis consumer user to the Redis database Redis user. So this is the command line that we use with our internal tool. And this tool must have validation and protect us, the developers. So if, for example, mistakenly I would add a trailing S, okay, and try to map user to Redis users in plural, the command line will say, hey man, class user is already mapped to Redis user, okay? Another pitfall that programmers can do not on purpose is to take the user, which is attached to Redis user, and try to move it to the other database called Redis all registered users. So this is something that can happen, and now please imagine that a developer is doing it accidentally, and what is the impact of this little change, okay, of taking the user and moving it to the all registered user database. It means corruption of the data and basically destroying the system, okay? So small change, so big impact. Because Redis is a key value database, we don't really have a real schema, so it means that nobody will protect us. So the MultiRedis solution must be very, very high quality with validations and guards that will prevent us from doing mistakes. So if someone will try to move the user to all registered users and try to spawn the service, okay, then a Redis name mismatch for user error will be raised and the process won't start. Okay? Because the expected database is Redis user and the actual one in the service isn't Redis user, so the service aborts. Another use case that, another pitfall that MultiRedis helps us is, let's say that I've created a new Redis consumer like user images, and if I forgot to to attach the user images to the Redis user, again, if I will try to spawn the process, I will get an exception that no mapping is stored for user images. Okay? So this is another very logical, very daily mistake that programmers often make. And again, the MultiRedis environment is here to help us, okay, and protect us. Migrations. SpotIM has got tons of databases, and from time to time we need to do migrations. Usually the reasons for the migrations are DevOps related. Like if, for example, we have a database that is stored on some machine type of Amazon, and then we move to another instance because we want to enjoy more memory, a faster CPU, things like that, then Redis Labs will spawn a new migration. We will have real-time replication of the data from the current old database to the new one, and we will start deploying a new code, and the code will say that if we had version 1 until now we will have production version 2. Okay, so this is how we do live migrations without downtime and with all our Redises. Okay, so this is another very important feature of MultiRedis. That's it pretty much. We are hiring, we are now growing. If you want to see more about SpotIM or ask me more detailed questions how we manage Redis, then I'm here for you. If you've got now some questions regarding Redis, how we manage Redis, then please ask me. In the pipeline is adding MultiRedis support for more programming languages. Elixir is a programming language that we will probably add this year. Currently, the code is not open source. Maybe it will, but I think that the concepts and the ideas are pretty much obvious. Okay, so if you've got questions, then shoot. Okay.
Thank you, Yaron. Thank you very much.